Hi, it's Melissa, and today I'm back with a layout that I made for the latest sketch reveal over at Let's Get Sketchy. So here is the sketch by Brent Chevier, and here is my layout. Now, my photo is not great, I'll be honest, and in this video, because it's winter light, it looks even worse. It's a photo I took with my phone, and the story of this layout is about my kids, my older two, going on the school bus for the first time. So we go to a school that it's not a public school, it's state integrated. So what that means is we don't have our own bus. They have to go on a bus with other kids going to another school. So I used to pick them up and drive them all the time. But because of the morning sickness, or, well, it's not really morning sickness, hyperemesis and being really sick, and with Brielle having sleeps when she still did have them, it meant that they'd either come home with my husband or I would go and pick them up as soon as Brielle was awake. So it's a big deal for them to go on the bus, and it's a big deal for me to have them go on the bus. And so this photo is the first day that they ever went on the bus, and I didn't want to make a big deal out of it because Sam is, he's 9 now, but I think he was 8, and so I didn't want to do the whole mum's taking a photo and make a big deal. So I pretty quickly snapped a photo on my phone, and the photo isn't great, but the memory is important to me, and it's the only photo I have, and I certainly now, I mean, they walk themselves to the bus stop. There's no way I would go and take a photo with, it would probably embarrass them. So what I'm trying to say is not every layout is a masterpiece in terms of your photo, and I'm sure if you watched my video, the layout is called Makeup with Brielle, and in that one the photo is not great quality either, but to me the story is so important. So what I'm trying to say is this photo doesn't look that great, but it means a lot to me. So on with the layout. I'm just working loosely with the sketch. I didn't want to do all the layers, and I'm using one of my clip kits, and it features the Simple Stories, I think it's the Life in Colour collection. And so I'm down to scraps now, and I still have a lot of embellishments left, and I was really keen to use it up. And because this photo doesn't have much colour in it, the bus is white and the uniforms are blue and grey, and it's kind of dark because it's early in the morning and there's a bit of sun hitting their heads and they're just getting on the bus. I thought it was a perfect photo to break out the colour. And if you know me, you know I love scrapping with colour. So I'm just layering some of my favourite papers with a fishtail banner with that neutral, it's like a white with black polka dot. And the sketch showed a lot of circular elements, but I decided not to include them. So I just used just a triangular piece on the left. Now I'm using a cut file from the cut shop, and this one's called Chicken Wire. And so I've interpreted the sketch literally, I guess, because the sketch shows a chicken wire pattern. So of course I had to use a cut file because it was perfect. And so I only cut a little bit of it, and I've trimmed off some of the pieces, and I just want a hint of it. I don't want it to be overpowering. So I've selected the side of the paper that was a stripe on white base, and with the white cardstock in the background, it just really blends with a little pop of colour. Also cut that heart at the top there, and I love that. It's kind of like a road sign shape, but I just love there's the heart on there because, you know, this was, I'll be honest, it was an emotional day for me. I may have cried a little bit when they drove away, and Brielle was quite upset because they got on the bus and she didn't get to go as well. So being pregnant, although I wasn't back then, I can't blame pregnancy hormones. Not that I ever blame pregnancy hormones, but anyway, I love my kids. I've cried at every emotional event, major event for them. So I wanted to use up as much of this kit as possible, and so I've taken my title, which is Today Documented, directly from the chipboard that comes with the kit, and I think it's perfect because when you read my story or my journaling, it really is exactly the story of the day or the moment. And yeah, I'll explain more when I get to that. So I decided that the background was a bit plain, so it needed something else. So I added some, I think it's Seafoam Hardy Swap Colour Shine. And now I'm trimming off this triangular piece. I had originally thought about stitching it, and to be honest, I totally forgot. So in retrospect, now would have been the time to do my machine stitching, but I didn't. So now I'm adhering this main paper layer, my main paper layers, just with my trusty double-sided tape. And I've got my chicken wire adhered, and yeah, my photo is a 4x6. It's a lot bigger than the photo in the sketch, but you know, sketch is a guide and you want to make it work for you with what you've got. So then I always add Tombow to my chipboard because you just never know. And I haven't shown you the entire process of gluing the stars down because it's literally just Tombow in place. These are also from the kit. They're Illustrated Faith hearts, and I think the colour is called Bananas, which I think is really cute. And then we had a full pack of the, I guess they're transparent stickers. They're really good for layering onto photos, but I love them on cardstock as well. So I'm just going through and trying to place some of them down because I want to use them up as well. The silver is really hard to photograph. It's harder than gold, so my photo at the end, it doesn't look that great, but it's kind of the best I can do with the way the light is at the moment. So I put that little paint splatter underneath just to provide a bit of interest under that triangle. And I don't have the layout in front of me, but there's a phrase on that one. There's also a phrase on the one that I stuck in the centre of the heart. So now I'm doing my journaling, and I'm just putting basically that today was a hard day. Well, I don't know if it was a hard day. I can't remember the exact wording, but basically it was a tough day for them and for me as well as their mum. But it's great. I mean, now they love the bus. They go in the morning and the afternoon. That means I don't have to leave home, and I save heaps of money on petrol because I'm not having to run up and down to get them. So in the kit, I think this was an add-on. I got a full set of the wood veneer, and I haven't used many. So I'm just going through, and I found that most of them were too big, but like the life one that I put down, and plus it would be taking away from the title. So I just found 3 pieces that were that weren't going to overpower the layout. Like that camera is too big. Little paper clip is really cute, so I just I didn't even adhere, I just put it on like a normal paper clip. The arrow was also too much, but I found a little wooden heart. And I felt it was getting a bit lost in that polka dot pattern. And then I'm adding some enamel dots in red, just 1 to each of my 3 clusters. And then I added a green one in the centre of that little camera, which I often do if there's a little cutout that fits. And I added a black arrow from those transparent stickers, and I think a little silver heart. This is when I realised that I was meant to machine stitch, which was why I didn't put as much adhesive down in the first place. So I had to come back in with some glue. And then my final step was to add some black colour shine. So that's my final layout, and I hope you enjoyed my process. Welcome to all my new subscribers. I'm really happy that you're here, and I hope to provide a lot more videos now that I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you so much. Bye.